welcome to Akshata's Recipes. Thank you so much for stopping by. It is really a delight and it's something which is very simple to make. So it's a super simple recipe like I said, and the end result is simply delicious. So let's just dive straight into today's recipe. So let's see today's recipe of prawn rice. Now here I'm just going to be nicely frying one medium-sized onion which I've thinly sliced till it becomes nice and crispy like this. This is going to be used for garnishing. Here I've just washed 1 cup of rice and I've soaked it for about 5 minutes. Now we're going to boil this rice, and this is a paste made of 4 green chilies, some garlic and ginger. These are some whole spices. This is 1 medium-sized onion chopped fine. Now I've taken about 10 large prawns and I've just added some turmeric powder and some red chili powder and salt, and I'm just going to mix everything well together, and I'm just going to marinate it for about 10 minutes and keep it aside. Now I've also chopped up some fresh coriander for garnish. This is some turmeric powder, some garam masala, and also a boiled egg for garnishing. That is optional. Now here I've just heated some olive oil in a pan. Now here my rice is already ready, so I'm just going to drain off the excess water in this manner by turning it upside down over a sieve. Now I have heated some olive oil in a pan and I am going to fry these prawns till they are nice and golden brown in color. Now our prawns are almost done, and since I'm frying it in olive oil, I'm going to retain the oil because we're going to add it with the prawns to our dish. Now if you're using smaller prawns, you can use a larger quantity. I'm using these large prawns, that's why I'm using just about 10 to 11. Now our prawns are done. Our rice is also all ready. And now we're going to start making this lovely prawn rice. So I've heated 1 tablespoon of ghee in a pan. Now I like to make all my pulaus, rice in ghee rather than oil. Now I'm going to be adding my whole spices. I've listed all my ingredients in my description box below, so you can go and check it out. Now I've put the green chili, garlic and ginger paste, and I'm going to fry it out well. You'll get the aroma of the ginger and the garlic, and we're going to fry it till the rawness of the garlic goes away. Now we're going to add our chopped up onion, and we're going to fry the onion till it becomes translucent. Now once the onion is nice and done, you'll see the color changing from a pink to a whitish color. That means your onion is nice and done. And you need to fry your onion well for all, pulaus and rice. And now I'm going to add this haldi powder or turmeric powder because I want that lovely, yellow color for my rice. Now once the haldi powder also is mixed in well and the rawness is gone away, we're going to add our prawns which I fried along with a little bit of the olive oil that is there. Now if you're using regular oil, I would suggest don't add that oil. Now I'm just going to add half the quantity of the chopped coriander. It just flavors the rice very well, and they're going to retain the other half for garnishing. Now we're going to mix everything well together. Now I'm just going to be adding a pinch of garam masala. This adds a lovely flavor to this rice. Now we've already added salt to the prawns. So now we're going to add the cooked rice and mix it in well. So what you can do is just taste a little bit of it once you've mixed everything well together. And if you feel that you need a little more salt, you can add salt because we've already added salt when we were marinating the prawns. So just check on that, otherwise your dish will turn up very salty. So before adding any extra salt, just taste the rice first. So we're going to mix everything well together. And once everything is mixed, then you can just turn off the flame and your rice is all ready. Now we don't need to cover and cook this because the rice is already cooked. You can make this dish with some leftover rice too. So now I've just transferred it to the bowl. I've added the lovely crispy onions that we fried, and I've also added this boiled egg for, to give it a more beautiful look. So for those of you who don't like boiled egg, you can just skip that. But otherwise, here your delicious prawn rice is all ready. It's so simple and so easy to make, right, friends? I mean, it didn't take much time for it to get ready. Of course, a big tip over here, don't forget to clean your prawns well. Don't forget to devein it, because if you don't So friends, let's make this delicious Goan fish curry recipe. Now I'm using surmai, but you can use any fish that you like. That is pomfret, mori. Now here I have about 5 to 6 pieces of surmai that I've washed really well and cut into thin slices. Here I have about 15 dried red chilies. This is 1 medium onion sliced, 1 inch of ginger, 6 cloves of garlic, 6 light green chilies, 2 tablespoons of coriander seeds or dhania, 1 tablespoon of cumin seeds, half a teaspoon of peppercorns. This is 1 raw mango. You can use tamarind if you don't have raw mango available. And this is just 1 cup of thick coconut milk, or you can also use 1 cup of grated coconut. Now I'm using my traditional Goan pot. I love to make my Goan fish curries or sorak in this pot. It just adds a beautiful flavor. And I bought this from Maksa when I had gone to Goa. Now I just added about a tablespoon of oil. Once the oil is hot, you add in your ginger, your garlic, your green chilies, and you saute all of this nicely, really well. Now you can keep everything whole because we're going to grind this anyway. You can even chop up the chilies a little if you want, but I just take off the tips and add it because I'm going to grind it into the mixer pot anyway. Then I'm going to add my sliced onion, saute the onion also very well. Nowadays raw mango is available throughout the year, so if you can get your hands on kairi or raw mango, you can use that. If you don't get your hands on it, just use a souring agent like sola or amsul. Okay, now I'm going to add the dried red chilies. These are Kashmiri red chilies. Fry the chilies also really well. If your bagar is really fried well, they say the curry also remains, for there's a longer shelf life to the curry. Now we'll add our peppercorns, our dhania seeds, our cumin seeds or jeera, and just saute everything very well. Now if you're going to add fresh coconut, this is the time you add your fresh coconut. Now I like to use coconut milk in place of fresh coconut. Now I'm going to add all of this to a mixer jar, add a little bit of water, say about 1/4 cup of water, and grind this to a super fine paste. Also reserve the masala water. Now again I'm going to add just 1 teaspoon of oil, and I'm going to add this ground masala paste, and we're going to fry this paste really well till you get the lovely aroma of the paste. So do this on a low to medium heat and fry it really well. Now you can comment in the comment section below whether you also like to use this lovely earthen pot to make your fish curries. So now I'm just going to add a little bit of haldi powder or turmeric powder. And I'm going to add the masala water. We don't want to lose any of those flavors, so we're going to add the lovely water to the masala mixer jar and add all the water. And you can add a little bit of additional water depending on how thick you want your fish curry or how thin you want it. So mix everything together really well. Now I'm going to add some salt to taste. And now I'm going to add my coconut milk. I'll also leave a link of how I make this coconut milk at home. Or if you have already used fresh coconut in the masala, you don't need to add this coconut milk. I always like to add coconut milk. it's a healthier version of making these curries. And I'm just going to add my raw mango pieces. Like I said, if you don't have raw mango, use a souring agent like sola or tamarind, that is chinsa. Now let this curry, now we're going to add the fish pieces and then let everything simmer for about 15 minutes on a low flame till the fish is nicely cooked, till the masala and everything comes together really well. The longer you cook it on a slow heat, the better. Of course, in Goa in the olden days, they used to cook it on the firewood, which added an even better flavor. And your lovely curry, fish curry, is ready. I hope you will try out this recipe. So friends, let's make this delicious Banga cutlets or mackerel cutlets. Super simple. Now here I've washed my Banga, cleaned it really well, and now you can see that it's all nice and clean from the inside. They've taken out the scales and everything. And now I've taken a big pot of water. I'm going to add the Banga to the water, and we're going to boil this on a low to medium flame till the Banga is nice and cooked. So this took me around 15 minutes on a low to medium flame, but let the Banga get cooked really well. Now it is already nice and cooked and it has cooled down completely. So now I'm just going to take off the skin, the bones, and only retain the delicious flesh. When I was a kid, Banga used to be my all-time favorite, that my parents used to keep bringing Banga almost like, twice or thrice a week. And then I graduated to pomfret, and now I'm a big surmai and prawn fan. So in the comments, let me know what is your favorite fish. And of course, I love mori ambutik. That's every Goan's favorite. So I'm just taking out all the flesh. Try not to get any of the thorns or the bones inside. So this will take you a little bit of time. So if you're making it, you can always prep this and keep this a day ahead to make your work easier. But see that none of the skin and the bones go into this cutlets. So you can do this with any fish. You can do this with pomfret. You can do this with surmai, mori. I have a recipe for mori cutlets. I'll leave a link to that below. So this is the general procedure. So now I have all the fleshy part of the Banga ready. Now we're just going to add some other lovely ingredients. So here I have 2 green chilies cut fine. I always use light green chilies because they're not very spicy. Then I'm going to add 4 cloves of garlic and half an inch of ginger that I've chopped really fine. You have to chop everything really fine for these cutlets. 1 medium onion chopped fine. And some lovely fresh coriander. Now I'm going to add half a teaspoon of turmeric or haldi powder. We're going to add the all important ingredient, which is salt to taste. Without salt, our food doesn't taste good at all. And 1 egg. Now I've taken 4 small potatoes, boiled potatoes. I leave the recipe of how you boil potatoes to perfection for the beginner especially. And I'm going to add, first I'm going to mix everything well. And I'm going to keep some breadcrumbs. These are homemade breadcrumbs. All I've done is just taken bread and ground it in my mixer. You can also buy a store-bought one. First mix everything together. Now the eggs and the potato are basically the binding agent, which will give it some body. So the cutlets are formed, and then you can add a little breadcrumbs at a time just to make them nice and firm, and keep some breadcrumbs because we're going to roll these in the breadcrumbs. So add a little at a time till you get a nice firm dough of this mixture. Mix everything well, and then just refrigerate it for about 10 to 15 minutes so the whole thing comes together and sets really well. And then you can just form, whatever. You can form croquettes, you can form cutlets. The choice is yours. Just see that they're all evenly sized and they look nice and presentable. Flatten the edges and just roll them in some breadcrumbs. Coat them really well. That makes it nice and crispy when you put them in breadcrumbs. And then all you have to do is just shallow fry them in a little bit of oil till they're nice and golden brown in color.
So I like to, make these cutlets. I got about 10 cutlets of this medium size. If you make croquets, you'll get a larger quantity. And then I like to keep them in the refrigerator for some time, and then I like to fry them because that way it really comes together well. This is a great tiffin item, this is a great snack item, and they're really delicious. Bangda cutlets are really, really delicious, and Bangda is supposed to be a very healthy fish. So try and make these. Let me know in the comment section how they turned out. And all you have to do is just put them in a little bit of oil, very little, and shallow fry them till they're golden and crispy and delicious. So I hope you give this recipe a try, guys. Let's make this delicious prawns dangar or cutlets. So here I've taken about 20 to 25 small prawns, deveined them and washed them really well. Now I'm going to add one small onion that I've chopped fine, one green chili that I've chopped fine, and we're just going to mix all these three ingredients really well. Now if you're using little larger prawns, you can cut them up into halves. Now I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of ginger garlic paste. I'm going to add some salt to taste. Half a teaspoon of turmeric powder or haldi powder. Half a teaspoon of red chili powder and 1/4 teaspoon of garam masala. 2 tablespoons of rice flour and 2 teaspoons of tamarind juice. So I've taken a small bowl of tamarind and soaked it in some warm water for 15 minutes and then I extracted the pulp. Alternatively, you can also use 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. I'm going to add some coriander, about half a cup of fresh coriander chopped fine. And now I'm just going to mix everything really nicely. So our mixture is ready. Now I've taken some fine semolina or suji or rava. I'm going to form these into small flat cutlets. And I'm going to coat them with this fine semolina. Now another alternative, you can also use breadcrumbs instead of semolina. So I'm just going to form these small cutlets. Now, if you want a very fine mixture, you can also grind this mixture in your mixer. But I like it this way. The traditional way of making this dangar is where you keep the small prawns whole and then add all of this. It really tastes very, very nice. And so now all our cutlets are formed. Now all we have to do is just shallow fry them in some oil. So I've taken about 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil in a large pan. And I'm just going to place these cutlets and fry them on both sides till they're nice and golden brown on a low to medium flame. There you can hear the lovely oil sizzling and the cutlets frying. These are really, really tasty, and these go so well with some rice, some sorak or some fish curry. They're really, really delicious. And once they're done on one side, just change it on to the other side till the other side is also nice and golden brown in color. Recently, I had posted bangda or mackerel cutlets, and some time ago I had posted mori or shark fish cutlets. So I leave the link to all those recipes down below in the description box. And our cutlets are ready to enjoy. So I hope you like this recipe, and I hope you give it a try. Thank you.
Friends, I hope you like today's recipe as well as today's video, and if you would like to see more videos like this, then don't forget to leave this video a big thumbs up. Also, by clicking the thumbs up icon, also don't forget to subscribe to my channel and become a part of Akshata's recipes. Once you have subscribed, there is a small little bell icon that will pop up, so just click on that. That way, whenever I put up a new recipe or a new video, you get a message for the same. So on that note, I'll say bye and I'll catch you in my next video sooner than you think. This is Akshata saying bye, take care, stay healthy, stay fit, be kind and loving to one another. So till we meet again, bye.